Everybody showed up for Saints mini camp, and they did amazing things, Andrew. Dennis Allen even said something interesting today. Just kidding. Dennis Allen is incapable. He's incapable.
Stop it.
He's incapable of being interesting. Thomas, hit that intro.
Welcome to the award-winning Saints Happy Hour podcast. Seriously, this podcast has won awards. American standards are dropping every day. The show features Ralph, the best host in the world, who can barely pronounce his own name, much less anyone else's.
Marcus Callaway.
Dave is that dude who loves taking bathroom breaks. He's mad about almost anything, so make sure to lower your volume when he speaks.
Put that freaking clown meme back up that I made. Jesus Christ.
Andrew has sources, watches tapes, and knows football. He rarely shows up on time and wants to commit crimes to help the Saints win.
Sean Payton would have done illegal things. Don't tell me I'm wrong, because you know it's true.
Oh, and there's also Kevin, who is great at doing mock drafts, but struggles to actually watch Saints games or have a functioning relationship.
Budrich wants to know how the doctor's doing.
That ended.
Anyway, grab a drink, sit back, and enjoy the insanity.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. I'm Ralph Marlborough. I'm joined by Kevin, Andrew, Dave. Kevin is at the National Convention of 1,200 square foot shop owners in Boise, Idaho.
Nice. Well done.
We got every ton of people in the chat tonight. People
Because
are
I'm a
psyched
small
for
2,000 square foot shop.
That's right. We got Archmidge, Jerry, Andrew's dad.
Hello, Jerry. Jerry's got a birthday on Friday.
That's right. Happy birthday, Jerry. We got Aldi Marino, AJ, Stewart, Archmidge, Jason Champagne, just a ton of people. Romeo. Thanks everybody for joining us. People are getting fired up, man. We're almost to like real football. Before we start,
I think the real question is what liquors is Dave getting in Boise, and what is he bringing back for Ralph to shoot?
Oh, wow. Probably something.
That's the real question.
Probably some sort of foul potato nonsense.
Pickle.
Tonight's show, mini camp recap. Can Lattimore save DA? And what 2024 Saints player jersey should you buy? Plus your questions. Before we start, remember to subscribe to Saints Happy Hour wherever you get your podcast. And I have to mention our MVP contest. If we reach $100 in donations tonight, the MVP will choose which minibar bottle from my gigantic minibar bottle booze collection I'm going to poison myself with. Use Stream Elements by typing in !donate in the chat. It's a great way to donate. Twitch takes about 50% of the money using bits. This way you can spend less money and it's easier to get me drunk. This MVP prize is our best one. The MVP winners, as you can see on this board, and last week, Saints Rabbit won, and he did. Dennis Allen is a top 30 coach. The MVP prize this time, Andrew, you get to go to a Saints home game with me. That's right, me, you, Section 641, watching DA and Carr at one Saints regular season game, and use text-to-speech. Donations is the best $20 you can spend on the internet. Thomas, do we have an MVP leader?
Yes, sir. Last week, Saints Rabbit won for the second week in a row. Let's see if we can make it to 3 weeks in a row.
He's going to the turkey.
Oh, shit. Speaking of...
Saints bar owner in Chicago, flexed bicep, party popper.
AJ Rochelle, speaking of MVP, 28.3, I think the first time donation on stream.
Thank you.
Also, thanks to Romeo for subscribing for free with Twitch Prime. And just now, Jason Champagne, thanks for gifting a T1 sub.
So I didn't hear that. I heard something about a Chicago bar owner. What was that?
Yeah. Saints bar owner in Chicago, AJ Rochelle.
And what's the name of the bar? Do we know?
What's the name of the bar?
That's a good question. Let's ask him in the chat.
Yeah, let us know what the name of your bar is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we'll definitely plug that. And if I'm ever in Chicago, I am there.
Yeah, because you know what? I think Chicago by city is like a top 10 city for listens for this podcast. Like it's. I mean, I'm not going to say. Yeah, I'm not going to say it's like New Orleans or Houston gets a ton in places.
It's
in
no
Mississippi.
Malta.
It's no Malta. Well, Malta's been disappointing us. It's probably I would say probably for Chicago. If I looked at the data, I bet you probably 200-300 people a month from Chicago listen. Maybe it's Pierre Thomas. He's an Illinois guy.
Thanks, Andy Marino. 5 buckaroos.
So I'm drinking. So tonight, the two possibilities if we reach $100 in donations: absinthe,
Mentho. Oh,
mentho. What? And then some kind of German mint debacle from Jan.
Germ free.
I'm drinking Bud Light Lime first. Bud Light Lime of the summer.
So nice. I'm drinking a pre-mixed old fashioned from Bullet, and it's kind of awful, honestly. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's
mix.
Fine. Yeah, it's like old, and it's an old fashioned that's it's already made for you.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's very mediocre.
Well, it's
being honest.
Well, it's a quality product, though.
Right.
Yeah, it is. And so that's, I don't know. Someone gave it to me, and I was like, "Oh, thanks, Bullet. I love Bullet." And then I saw it was pre-mixed old fashioned, and I was like, But so AJ Rochelle, his bar in Chicago, I believe, is called New Line Tavern. Right. So if you're ever in Chicago and you're looking to get a drink, go to New Line Tavern. That's a Saints bar, and they'll treat you right if you're a Saints fan.
That's right. Thank you, AJ.
AJ, I assume if you go in there and you scream "Hoot at" as soon as your foot enters past the door, you get a free shot or something. I mean, you have to, right?
That's right.
Come on.
It is located in the Fulton River District between I-90 and the Chicago River.
I have no idea.
Full respect for a Saints bar owner in a non-New Orleans city outside of Louisiana.
That's right.
That is, you are awesome.
You know what I'll say though?
I love you.
You know what I'll say though, Andrew? Post 2000, before 2006, good luck trying to get a Saints bar, trying to find a Saints bar anywhere outside of Louisiana, maybe Mississippi, maybe Texas. Post 2006, they got some satellite places.
I'll tell you this. I live in Charlottesville, Virginia, as many of you guys know. And Raising Cane's came here. It's spread. It's come to a lot of college towns. Obviously, Raising Cane's started in Baton Rouge, but there's a Raising Cane's here, and it's a New Orleans guy that started it. Yeah. And he and he moved his family up here to start this Raising Cane's, and it does very well. It's very popular here in Charlottesville. But whenever I see him around town, 50% of the time, I don't know him well. I know who he is. 50% of the time, he's wearing a Jimmy Graham Saints jersey.
There you go. Yes.
It's incredible.
Yeah. I mean,
So let me throw in this extra plug for our pal at the New Line Tavern here. So, Jude, you're having trouble with this old-fashioned mix. This bar has a pretty nice cocktail menu, pretty nice wine menu.
Do they have an old-fashioned on the menu?
They have an it's called Old Fashioned Chicago. Elijah Craig small batch.
There you go.
Angostura, cherry and orange bitters, Demerara syrup, probably mispronouncing it, orange peel, and a Luxardo cherry.
Here's the question.
Yeah, that would kick the shit out of what I'm drinking right now.
Here's the question that the people that listen to this podcast want to know, AJ. Do you have a drink that has Malort in it?
If you don't, you should, man.
That's what our listeners want to know, AJ.
Nice.
Malort.
So,
Malort,
I'm just saying. So listen, OTAs, minicamp, everybody had to show up. It's mandatory or you get fined. So everybody was there having a great time today. Thomas, do you have the video of Lattimore coming back?
We want that with audio, by the way. Oh, no.
I want it with audio.
Yeah.
This is his entrance into the facility. It's amazing. Thomas, play that.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on.
This is my home. They're gonna need a fucking wrecking ball to take me out of here. They're gonna need to send in the National Guard, a fucking SWAT team, because I ain't going nowhere.
That's from Daniel Procrastinatus on Twitter. We borrowed it. It's amazing. The Derek Carr and Gale thing is it's just amazing. But it leads me into the topic that I want to talk about to start. We'll get to a couple other things for OTs, but Lattimore, he talked today. He's like, listen, Saints, I understand they thought about trading me. I've been injured for 2 years. It's part of the deal. I wasn't mad at them. We had some issues. We worked through it. I'm happy to be here. I want to be great again. I want to get healthy. I want to be on this team. So my thing is this, Andrew. I think Lattimore, if he's healthy and plays like he usually does when he's healthy, I think he is a top 1 or 2 thing that could save DA's job. Because I know the defense has been okay without him and pretty good without him the last 2 years when he's hurt. But I just believe if they have Lattimore, they erase a receiver and it will allow DA to cook stuff up and blitz. And I just think like Lattimore could save DA's job if he played 15 games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I'm on the fence, so we were talking earlier today on the phone and we were like, was this extension of Lattimore a good idea or not? And the position that I took was, look, the game, yes, he's been injured and he's basically missed a lot of the last 2 years, but the games that he's played, he's been insane. Yeah. It's like, it's not like, I would say before he got his extension, there were times that he would kind of lay an egg in a game and you were like, what was up with Lattimore? He was awful. There would be times where he would be surprisingly bad, maybe kind of up and down, but like his highs were like best corner in the league. But then he would have these moments where you're like, yeah. But I feel like post contract, the times he's been on the field, he's been consistently elite. And so I kind of give him, I'm not going to say a pass for missing so many games, but it's kind of like Armstead, where it's like, okay, like every time he steps on the field, he reminds you like, yeah, okay, that guy, he's one of the best. So I don't really question the talent. I don't really question his ability. I know some people are like, is he there anymore? Like, I don't know. When he's on the field, like he's there. He's still there. I've seen it. We've all seen it. My thing with Lattimore, and look, I don't want to make a false equivalence here, even though they both went to Ohio State, but this reeks a little bit of Michael Thomas in the sense that, they were looking to trade him, but he was too injured, couldn't really move the contract. Good player, but just too injured, and they're kind of saddled with this deal.
Yeah.
And so in the offseason, you go to the guy's house, you kind of patch things up, and then going into the next season, like everything's copacetic, we're all good until he gets injured again, or the team's not doing so well and he starts to throw some shade on social media. And so like my fear is that this is like, I've seen this movie and yes, like things are fine for now, but
he twists an ankle and he's out for 10 weeks.
Right. And that's the thing. That's the thing, Ralph. Like what we've seen with Lattimore is that when you get like the NFL doc tweet and it's like, oh yeah, watching the video, he's out 2 to 6 weeks. Like Lattimore is always like the tail end of that projection. So like if you see 2 to 6 weeks.
No, what did you say on the phone today? You said it was longer.
If you see 2 to 6 weeks with Lattimore, it's 6 weeks and you better add another 2 just to be on the safe side for good measure. So, look, sure, if he plays 15 games and he's awesome, and can he save DA? Sure. But I mean, look, man, I feel like it's only a matter of time to where things sour again, because that's what tends to happen with those relationships.
Here's my commitment to Aldi Marino, says Kevin. A shot of Malort and absinthe should be called the mouth Marlboro. That sounds like a terrible drink. Or Aldo Marino says you could call it
like
the
a
cat
50-50.
You could call it the cat diabetes. Here's my commitment to the people, Kevin. Every interception Lattimore gets, I will do a shot of Malort.
Oh shit!
Oh wow!
Hey Tomas, check the timestamp on this.
When we reach every interception he gets, whenever we have a show and we reach $100, I'll do the shot plus the Malort.
Imagine if he gets 5 in one game.
Oh my God. I'll die.
Okay, calm down.
Okay. Well, Andrew, just if he got 3 in one game and we had a week where we had like last week where I had to
This isn't Rondé Barber playing Aaron Brooks. Sorry, chill out.
If he gets 3 and we have a week where we did like last week where I have to do 3 shots because people are gracious with their donations, it could get ugly. Kevin, I'll bequeath the whole podcast to you if I die of alcohol poisoning.
Great.
It's all yours.
You're like Millhouse.
My condolences, Tom.
When it collapsed. So I just did some number crunching while you guys were chatting it up there. So in 2023, he played 10 games.
Right.
The Saints went 5-5 in those 10 games.
Yeah.
He was out after week 10. Saints come back after the bye week. They go 4-3. In those first 10 games that Marshon...
Hold on. Before you go any further, am I correct that the Saints did not put him on injured reserve?
They never do.
In the hopes that he would come back earlier than 3 weeks, and he never made it back.
Yeah, that's right. He got hurt in Minnesota game like the first quarter.
They put him on injured reserve 7 months ago, so let's see if I can find that. November 25th, which would have been right before the Atlanta game.
Yeah.
So
they did put him on injured reserve.
So Kevin is just torpedoing my theory with data.
Hang on. Opponent points per game in those 10 games that Lattimore played, 19.8 points per game.
Okay.
Saints points per game in those first 10 games, 21.4, a 1.6 point per game difference. That's factoring in the 34-0 shutout over the Patriots.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I forgot about that.
The final 7 games of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Opponents' points per game, 18.4.
Oh my God, my theory is burning him down.
Saints offensive points per game, 26.9.
Yeah, hold on. But you're counting small sample size, and they almost put up 50 on the Falcons when the Falcons basically forfeited the last game of the season.
Apology Bowl.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that is fair, but at some point, that game, like, I don't know, like Atlanta might have given it up, but the Saints were already winning by a lot anyway. So
can you find out?
Look, the combination of Volante Taylor, Paulson Adebo, Isaac Yiadom, like they held it down. Like they were pretty good. And yeah, we didn't have Lattimore, but I feel like the defense rallied. They played well down the stretch.
They did.
I mean, that was kind of the best football that we saw from the Saints was kind of down the stretch.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're kind of making a good point, Kevin. Yeah. Like that's not really questioning Lattimore because we all know he's obviously great.
Right.
Like, he's a very good player.
Right.
But something happened when he was gone where the team galvanized a little bit better and they played well. They played better than when Lattimore was on the field, despite the fact that they were missing someone so critical. So, yeah, like,
what were the quarterbacks though? The last 7 games.
I think that starts to make a case that are they better off when the culture is better, and can Lattimore assimilate in this culture and not be a detractor?
Well, I think. One,
question:
Kevin, who the quarterbacks were the last 7 weeks, but also The one thing I wish, and this is I'm not gonna name names because I like the people in the New Orleans media, but they ask DA some of the worst, weirdest, longest, meandering questions that go nowhere.
Why you got to be nice, Ralph? Shoot your shot.
And the thing that annoys me is their questions are terrible, but the other thing is
who? Name names.
Jeff Duncan.
Jeff Duncan. I hope. The thing is, I wish they would ask DA more questions about defense, Andrew, because when you ask DA questions about defense, he can give really detailed and interesting answers. And when you ask him about offense, it's like asking me about another department at work. He really doesn't seem to know anything about offense. For real.
He should. He should. He's a head coach.
He should. But has DA ever given you? Have you ever heard him say anything remotely interesting or insightful about offense?
No.
And here's the thing. I wish somebody would ask him, DA. They've drafted and developed a ton of people in the secondary since he's been back, since 2015. I wish somebody in the media would ask him, DA, how do you do that? What specifically is the hardest thing for a young corner to do? And how do y'all get him up to speed so well?
Dude, you have Nick Underhill's number. Text him and ask him to do that.
He's too Nick's too busy stalking Dennis Allen and giving us minute by minute what he does during practice
You mean Lattimore?
No. Nick Underhill, he had an article the other week where he's like, this is what DA does every single minute of practice, and they just stalked him.
So here are the final 7 quarterbacks that the Saints played to end 2023. They played Desmond Ridder twice. They played Jared Goff. They played Bryce Young. They played Tommy DeVito. And they played Matt Stafford. Oh, and they played Baker Mayfield.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Stafford and Goff are good.
Better than I thought. Yeah. I forgot about Goff. That's decent. But the quarterbacks are going to be better.
I will say Baker Mayfield has had a great season.
Renaissance.
And the Saints in that last game made him look like a fool.
Yeah.
I got a lot of satisfaction out of
you hate Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
I always said, yeah.
So I'm saying I bring up all the, the limited sample size from 2023, as Juge alluded to. And I mention these things because I have to I'm basically going to disagree with your entire premise here, Ralph. Marshon Lattimore is not going to be the reason that Dennis Allen keeps his job. It's like the Saints defense was already pretty good last year.
Yeah.
So if he plays the full season, what? Can they jump up to it? He would have to be so good and inspire greatness from everyone around him that the Saints defense would have to jump up to being in the top 5 in order to, quote unquote, save DA's job. Mm-hmm. What's going to save DA's job is that offensive coordinator they brought in who's going to have to figure out how to get production out of Alvin Kamara, out of that receiving core, protect Derek Carr. It's the offense. And look, I'm.
And what's your confidence level? 1 to 10.
I'm speaking in obvious generalities here. Okay, what was your question? How confidence on what?
Yeah, 1 to 10, Clint Kubiak. Are you at a 10? Offense is going to be the highest scoring offense in the league, and then 1 being it'll be way worse than Pete Carmichael.
Oh my God!
Let me look the.
I think, Andrew, the question to me is the run game, because the run game under Pete was awful. And it was awful under Sean Payton even in 2021. I know people don't like us to bang on Sean Payton, but the run game's been bad for a long time. And I think, wasn't that one of your main things of why you were get rid of Pete? The run game needs I forget you worded it, but it's been bad. That to me is the question with the offense. Can Kubiak get the run game to better than average? Like, can he get it top 20? Because it wasn't close. It was. I don't care what the rushing yards per game tell you. The yards per carry were bad. The yards per carry when Taysom wasn't running the ball were atrocious. Like, I think it starts with the run game for me for Kubiak.
Saints were 11th in yards per game in passing. Rushing, closer to the bottom. So let's see, 32, 31. They were 21st in yards per game in rushing. Points per game, surprisingly.
Points per game were good.
Yeah, surprising. 23.6. That puts them at ninth.
I mean, like ninth in points scored, 8th in points allowed, and they didn't make the playoffs. It boggles the mind.
So, So your point now is correct. Kubiak has to somehow get the O-line to be better and open holes and get the rushing game better, which will then make Derek Carr's job easier, presumably. And to ask your question, in terms of confidence level, put me down for a 7.
That's strong.
That's pretty high.
That's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Hey, how confident, Max, are you in the Saints offense on a scale of 1 to 10? How confident are you in the Saints? How many games are the Saints going to win this year? Come on, hurry up. 8. Max is confident.
Let's go.
Let's 10 wins. 10 wins.
Okay.
I have to say this. I got a book. Kevin,
Tomas,
I bought a book.
Check the timestamp on this.
It breaks down every play the 49ers ran in 2023.
Max, you're in trouble, man.
And I'm going to read it. I'm going to tell you. I feel I'm pretty bullish on Kubiak. I think Kubiak's going to get this offense going in the right way. I think I'm going to say I'm an 8. I'll say I'm more confident than Kevin. Andrew?
8.
It's June. I want to be positive.
5.
Wow.
5. Okay.
Budrich is drunk. He says Saints bowl prediction, Saints top 10 rushing equals postseason.
Deception! Matt Ryan!
Wow, we're almost there. Is it going to be absent?
Can I
Or is it going to be German
some Icelandic
mint?
liquor bottles?
Archimedes, 28.3 donation, extending his lead. We are less than $20 away. And also thanks to Stuart1234 Saint for first time donation, 10 buckaroos. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
I want to talk about this just for fun because somebody asked me this on Twitter last week, and I re-asked the question on Twitter today, and I want you guys' opinion. Best and worst 2024 Saints jersey to buy. And when I say 2024 Saints, it means a player on the roster. You can't be like, I'm buying Drew, I'm buying Archie, I'm buying Ricky Jackson. You know,
Morton Anderson.
Like a jersey that'll last forever, and it's just a Hall of Fame guy, a Saints Hall of Fame guy or whatever. Like, if you're gonna buy a jersey this year, the best one you could buy and the worst one you could buy, and it's got to be a 2024 Saints player. Who would it be?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oof. Who's going first, me or Kevin?
Kevin, you can go.
I might need a drink for this.
Yeah,
I
can't see.
I have the worst, but I don't have the best. Is the hard one.
I think one of the best ones might actually be Tyrann Mathieu.
Oh, that's a good.
I love Alde Mourinho's answer. Unvaccinated corner, both.
I briefly considered him, but I can't buy the jersey of the unvaccinated corner.
Well, and he's a free agent after this year. If you're buying a legit,
that's risky.
Not non-knockoff. Right. Forget about your feelings about him being unvaccinated. You might be spending $100 and something bucks, and he may be out the door in March.
100 something if I'm lucky. So my point is okay. Let's say Tyrann Mathieu plays 2 more seasons, just 2 more seasons, and then just retires.
This including this year. So this year and next year. Okay.
let's say he retires. You still have the goodwill of
I think so too.
Local guy coming back to finish his career with the Saints, the LSU years, just the good vibes off the name.
Yeah, that's true.
That factors in to my purchase decision.
Yeah,
but he's not actually doing. But you're not even talking about anything on the field here.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you're going to buy a jersey, you're probably thinking you're going to wear it to games, you're going to wear it to sports bar, you're going to wear it to like Saints watch party. So it's like a fashion, and it's like an investment, right?
Right. I mean, if I ponied up the money for a damn jersey, I'm going to want to wear it
a lot,
multiple years.
Yeah, you want to wear it 2 or 3 times at least during the football season, multiple years, right?
But brother, if I spend $200, like if I bought a legit jersey, not even a knockoff, I bought a legit jersey, I'd be wearing that thing every weekend. If I go into work on Sundays and have to work while the games are playing, I'm wearing the jersey to work. I'm getting my money's worth for the jersey.
Yeah, CDW says DeMario.
I want to be able to wear this jersey in the future.
Yeah.
For at least a couple of years and down the line.
Well, Honey Badger, as long as you can still fit in the jersey, that could last you a really long time. You know, I think that's a great choice. He could be.
Well, I was going to say Demario Davis, even if he only plays one more year, or Cam Jordan, if he only plays one more year, I feel like you get a lot of mileage out of that. Like 10 years from now, obviously Cam Jordan will be retired. If you walk into the stadium with 94 and Jordan on the back, like someone's gonna be like, "Oh, Cam Jordan, he was awesome." Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like I that'll stand the test of time. Like as Saints fans, we will see a Cam Jordan jersey. It could be 20 years from now, and we're gonna show that respect. Kind of like Morton Anderson or Bobby Abear now, like, but except way more, right? So those are the ones that have staying power. So I guess I would ask first of all, like, when we do this exercise, how much of it is like jerseys that have relevance while the guy is playing?
Would you roll the dice with a Brissy jersey?
Well, I was thinking Fuaga.
Oh, deception! Matt Ryan!
Wait, hang on here. Who that going? We'll drop
Worst
the
the
Twonsky.
Peter and best Kool-Aid, oh yeah,
Who that go for 20 buckaroos? And with that being said,
all right. So who's the MVP, Thomas, and what do they want me to drink?
it's a tie for the MVP.
Does he get to pick?
No, AJ Rochelle is still in the lead, tied for the MVP with Ahmed.
All right, the Chicago bar owner. Tell us what Ralph is shooting. What are the options again, Ralph?
We have absinthe and some sort of mint from Germany.
What? All right, hold on. Once again, since Dave is not here, Dave, don't worry. I'm going to do your bidding for you. Tell us what their alcohol percentages are, please.
I mean, the absinthe doesn't sit. The absinthe is 60% alcohol by volume.
Okay.
130 proof.
Okay.
And the Die Kleinen Schnapper mint is 25% by volume.
Ralph ne peut pas dire le nom de quelqu'un correctement.
Go ahead and do the absinthe. AJ has responded, and
everyone's saying absinthe in the chat.
Absinthe.
Not only AJ Rochelle.
Ugh, it smells like
Uncork
liquid paper. Absinthe smells like liquid paper, and I don't know how. Kevin,
meet us ready.
I got the, it's going to be high on the people. Kevin, I'm worried. I didn't think this through. The absinthe and the Bud Light Lime.
Oh, it's going to be a fun party down in your gullet.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Kicking it back.
He took that like a champ, I have to say.
Dad, taking it like a champ.
I did not. It was a war. It came back up. Oh,
it was a war. And he's about to try and sip the Bud Light Lime. And he's sipping the Bud Light Lime. Dear God.
Golly.
It made
He's pancaking that absinthe between Bud Light.
Give me the rating, Ralph.
9. It made the Bud Light
Damn,
Lime.
9.
It made the Bud Light Lime taste like the manure my wife buys at Costco. Hey, Sally, I need assistance.
You know, my buddy James would be very disappointed, Prince Harry, in your Bud Light Lime selection. He's a Bud Light boycotter. Apparently, that's a thing. You guys know
it is, but Andrew, it was on sale at Walmart for a case of it, and it just calls my name.
So you were on a soft boycott until you saw the discount.
Yeah, like no. I mean, I love Bud Light Lime, man. Bud Light Lime, I just like it. I know people hate it.
Terrible taste.
I just like it.
Jason Champagne asks, how do you know what the manure tastes like?
Because, man, when you're working in I'm dumping it I'm stacking it, the fertilizer gets in your hands, and sometimes a little bit gets in your mouth. What do you want
sometimes
me to do?
you lick the hands.
Ew. What do you want me to say, man?
Jesus Christ, man.
I mean, I'm not.
Midge asks, can't you just get manure for free?
I mean, yeah, but like when you need like 50 pounds of it, like where? Like you want me to just
how big is your garden? Are you chasing the child in a hedge maze? Like what are you doing?
My wife's garden is extensive. We got the front we got the front lawn, we got the backyard, we got the sides, Kevin. I mean, it's
all right. Well, I'm gonna go get another.
It's extensive.
Fake old fashioned here.
So here's the question.
Your front and backyard all smell like shit. Good to know.
Yeah. No, it smells. No, you put the fertilizer down and the stuff grows, and then it smells nice. It's got roses and stuff. So here we did the best jersey to buy, Kevin, and I think my choice would be if you want to roll the dice with like a young guy, Proceed would be mine. But the worst jersey, if you were gonna make a purchase, and you're like, I'm gonna buy the worst 2024 Saints player jersey. I'm going to wear that thing with pride every week, and people are going to be like, what are you doing? I think there's only one answer, because if you're going to buy the worst Saints player, you want to buy a player, I think they got to play, or fans got to know them, and they got to be, if they're not playing, they have to be angry about it. I think there's only one answer, and that's Trevor Penalty. Like if you bought the Trevor Penalty jersey, and wore it consistently.
They should give that shit for free, man.
I think they should, Thomas. That's a great idea. I think people would give you looks. I think people would question your sanity. I think there's a chance even people would want to take pictures with you and think they would think you're part of his family.
Yeah. Shit, you probably could walk down to the 50-yard line and get some nice seats, because they'd be like, well, clearly this is a family member. No sane human being would dare walk around the stadium wearing this guy's jersey. I like where your head's at on that.
Is there anyone else close though? If you want to make
I don't know about close, but
Andrew's dad asked, how much would they pay you to wear it, the Trevor Penalty?
Part of me thinks maybe Jawan Johnson. Just it's like he's just kind of there. And Carr's too easy of an answer. Carr's too
he's polarizing
in the sense that you'll have people polarizing. You'll have people saying and then you'll have people saying all right. Do
they have people that wear Carr jerseys?
I'm sure they do.
I didn't see any in the games that I went
Carr
to.
Jerseys.
I didn't see any of the games that I went to.
I mean, is Carr like, unless Carr plays like utter dog shit, he might not be going anywhere.
Oh, who that golfer says you buy the Peter man.
He's gone already.
He's gone already. That would be the worst purchase, because you purchased the Peterman jersey and he's not even on the team.
Maybe they'll bring him back.
Maybe. I would say that you can't. If they had an Andres Pete, jersey at like the black and gold discount rack and you bought that and you continue to wear it, that would be a pull. But I think you're right. I think it's Carr, Trevor Penalty, or you know what's weird, Kevin? Cornerbacks usually get our air, right? Like we see them, they get roasted, and we hate, Toy Cook, Jason David, Brandon Browner, right? All these corners, from Saints defenses past. The Saints now, their secondary is so good. It's a very strange place to be that we don't pick out a corner as somebody that we just loathe.
Yeah, I mean, what are we looking at? We got all the options. The options are good. The options are good there. Like, I'm trying to think who on defense. Granderson for Granderson for off the field reasons.
Yeah, but if you don't care about that, like he's a decent one because they just signed him. Like
right.
It's a safe commitment.
Right. I mean, if you're of the Dave Cariello variety, you may want to just invest in a jersey for left guard Nick Saldivari.
Sincere.
Spencer Rattler is CDW says, how many Spencer Rattler jerseys will we see in the Dome? I think you'll see quite a few. CD, I do. Do you know what? It's another safe one, Kevin. I think a Taysom Hill jersey is a pretty safe, like if for long-term investment.
That's safe. Even if he leaves in a couple of years or 3 years or whatever, he's got enough cachet that you can wear that jersey around for the next 8 to 10 years, and you're good to go.
So Andrew's back. So Andrew, we were discussing the best jersey, but we also discussed the worst Saints jersey on the current roster you could buy. I said the worst one you could buy is clearly Trevor Penalty. But is there any other Saints player? Like if you were going to say, I'm going to buy a 2024 Saints player jersey it's a horrible financial decision.
Peyton Turner.
And I'm going to buy it.
I mean, you guys have already answered between Peyton Turner and Trevor Penalty. How could I come up with something better?
Again, I think Peyton Turner, same thing as Trevor Penalty, Kevin, that we were talking about. If you're wearing it, they'll think you're family.
Yeah.
I mean, Ramczyk. Is Ramczyk an acceptable choice?
I mean, that's another thing. The media asked.
No, I've got the answer. I got it. Nathan Peterman.
Mm-hmm. Somebody brought that up, but I don't think he's on the roster anymore. I think he's already gone.
No, I think he might still be on the team.
He's still there.
He might still be on the team. I just didn't see him on the depth.
A low-key answer for best jersey is Eric McCoy.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, dude's an animal. Like, I know he's an offensive lineman, so it's not that sexy or whatever, but like, Eric McCoy is a beast. He's awesome.
And it's safe. He's going to be.
Yeah.
That's a good choice. Will his jersey, will it say Kool-Aid on the back? Because if it said Kool-Aid on the back, I'd definitely make the purchase.
It's not going to say Kool-Aid. It's going to say McKinstry.
Oh, see.
Come on.
If he could say Kool-Aid on the back, that would be amazing. I would definitely purchase it. But I think that definitely Aldi Marino.
Deception!
Wow.
Wow. Sean Payton buys a pack of juicy fruit for the Denver game.
AJ Rossell, 50 buckaroos. The new MVP.
Wow. AJ, I'll tell you this: if we get to 180, I'll call an audible and I'll sideline the German Nazi mint, Der Kleinenstadt. I'll sideline that and I'll go get from the 6-pack of Malort for you. and tip my hat. Tip my hat.
We are less than $25 away.
Yeah, Jason Champagne said Kool-Aid.
$23.40 away.
Kool-Aid better than he hate me. That's right. So the jersey question is fun. Thomas just gave the donation update. Before we get to questions, Thomas, me and Kevin did a bracket preview. We were going to start the bracket tonight, but Dave's in Idaho at the 1,200 square foot shop convention. So we figured that we'll bump it a week. We'll start next week, and we still got plenty of time to get to it before we'll get it wrapped up before training camp starts. But you have a preview for us?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see it.
The intro is ready, so
let's do it. Wow. The bracket graphics Thomas does, they get better and better. It's the one-hit wonder bracket, 16 team players enter. One will be crowned champion, and we'll have the playing game. Be on the lookout for that later in the week. Patrons get to decide that. The one thing that I have, and this is we might have to call an audible on this and bump someone out of the plan. Does Kyle Turley, Andrew, deserve to be in the one-hit wonders bracket?
Oh man. Kyle Turley was a good player. I don't really feel like Turley was a one-hit. I mean, his antics and his moment was a one-hit wonder, but like when I'm looking at the guys on this list, with the possible exception of Tracy Porter, like he was the most he was more consistently good than all of these guys. He had multiple seasons where he was a stud.
But I mean, if you ask a Saints fan, if you say Kyle Turley, they automatically
he's not a one-hit wonder. He's not.
The helmet toss is iconic.
He has a one moment iconic thing, but he's not a one-hit wonder. He's not.
Kevin, I kind of disagree with Andrew. Kevin, do you agree or disagree with Andrew?
I get where Juge is coming from, but I mean, part of the what would you call it? Like the modus operandi of the tournament is you hear this name.
What pops in your head?
What pops? You can either think of a specific thing, or you think, oh, this guy was good for one moment or one instant or one stretch of time, and then that was it.
Yeah. I don't know. He might be in the not make it. I just feel like Kyle Turley. You ask any Saints fans, Andrew. You poll 100 Saints fans about Kyle Turley. You ask them, describe Kyle Turley in one sentence. They're like, dude threw a helmet. Like that's what his thing is. It's whether it's fair, whether it's not, whether he had a good career, which he did. It doesn't matter. The dude threw a helmet on a Sunday Night Football game, and that's all we remember him for.
Look who's in the chat, Ralph.
I mean, I hear that, but I just feel like.
Okay, thanks, Dave.
Okay. So like Marcus Williams will forever be remembered as the Minnesota Miracle. So like he would be the opposite of a one-hit wonder, right? He would be like a one-hit like failure, right?
That's right.
Then that's all we'll ever remember Marcus Williams as. But that's unfair to the career he had with the Saints, where he was a really good free safety, like really good.
That's right.
And I feel like Kyle Turley's a bit like that, where like he's unfairly, like his career is encapsulated into one moment unfairly because he did a lot more than that.
Yeah, Budrich wanted to do.
My opinion.
Budrich wanted to do the worst Saints trade bracket. But we got to do this every year, Budrich. Like idea is like just.
I do like that. I like that. Worst trade.
I mean, thing is, man, the thing about worst trades.
Congratulations, Heath Schuler, you've won.
I mean, the Saints in the 70s, man, they had some bad trades.
Ricky Williams.
By the way, Dave is ripping on Kevin's shirt. He's saying the bracket is stupid. But go back to Boise in your 1,200 square foot shop convention. If you're just gonna come in here like a Russian porn bot and just bang on the show. Thanks, Dave. We appreciate it, though. And that's what I appreciate you, Kevin. You at least when you come in on the chat, and you're not on the show. You say positive things. You contribute to the to the chat.
Dave in here going shirts in bio.
Yeah. Ricky Williams entered us the chat. The worst trade. Whew. That could have been a fire one. This one's gonna be amazing though. So I just want to tell you that like the bracket preview is amazing. So thanks everybody. So Thomas, quick update. How far are we away? We are $23 away from either.
Is Ralph's camera frozen only for me or for everyone?
Is it me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, can you not see the? Can you not see the tracking?
Hey Kevin, how's Ralph's camera for you? Is it frozen?
Ralph is frozen. Please take a screenshot of that face. Please take a screenshot of that face.
That
face is perfect.
He's shitting his pants, 100%.
No, he just looks. He looks like Gil from The Simpsons.
Oh my God.
And he just left. God damn it.
No, I didn't leave. I turned off my camera trying to get it to work. And
you messed something up. Did you drop it again or something, Rolls?
Did you touch
it? Be honest.
I didn't drop it.
If you were on the fence about donating, now is the time. Based on this high quality content.
That's right.
Jesus.
I don't know. Like my camera is gone. I'm frozen crippled caveman lord. Oh wow.
There you go.
Your boy.
All right, I'm gonna leave I'm gonna leave and come back to try to get video because we gotta have people. They gotta have video.
All right, shut up and get out of here. So Thomas, since Ralph's out of here and I spoke over your boy Allen's, do you want to play that again?
Yeah, we can play it again.
Yeah, play it again.
Oh, deception! Matt Ryan!
Ralph's frozen face is ready for the next TNT doc.
Your boy Allen.
Oh man.
Nice.
Oh, something's wrong with your webcam, Ralph.
Yeah.
Well,
switch to the old
you're
one or
not
something.
drinking anything when nobody can see it. So
yeah.
So here's
worst
the deal.
possible timing.
Keep that bullet in the chamber.
There we go. I'm back.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
And the FPS problem is gone. Probably. What did you do? You fixed it.
All right. Take the shot to the face.
All right. So I'm doing the declining runner.
Declining.
That is sick.
Ein declining Nacht.
From Jan.
Puke meters ready.
Oh, it smells like.
Wait, hold on. I thought you told.
Oh yeah.
Our Chicago buddy that you were going to do Malort instead.
Well, now he opened it.
That's right.
Who cares what he opened? I care about what he's taking to the face.
Yeah, I'll go get the Malort.
Yeah,
I'm a man of my
word. I mean, promises were made, Kevin.
Right, but he opened it now. And so what I'm saying is...
It doesn't matter. It won't get bad, probably.
He's not... Okay.
Yeah, the germs will get killed by the alcohol. It'll be fine.
All right.
Alcohol can be open for like fucking years, right?
Yeah.
He's been drinking milk from 10 years ago and,
That's right. Yeah, come on.
Ralph Malort bro in the house. Jason Champagne.
Ralph Malort bro. I like that.
Yeah, boy. So, can you give us an update on who is in first place based on that?
Yes, sir. AJ Rochelle is still in the lead. Second place tied Archmage and your boy Allen. Also thanks to Stuart Saint, Aldi Marino Romeo, and Jason Champagne for the leading so far in the show. And we are
so
on
Dave is in the
weeks.
chat. I guess Dave is chatting from Boise. And he wants you to know, Kevin, that Stranger Things wardrobe department called and they want their shirt back.
Kevin.
Child of the 80s, what do you want from me? What do you want from me?
That's Ralph. Ralph, please say something.
Yeah,
Testing, test.
Now, here we go, Ralph.
The final Malort. The final one of this. The final one of the 6.
I have this feeling it's not the final. I have a feeling there will be others.
More people will send it to me. Oh, I fucking hate the Malort, man. The thing about the Malort is once you do it and you realize how terrible it is, you grow to fear it. Oh. All right, here we go.
You know what my favorite part about this, Kevin, is?
Wait, hang on. Hold up.
My favorite part is that our listeners have learned what is the worst, and they have chosen this for Ralph.
Dying.
You know what I'm saying?
His eyes are watering.
It's like our listeners don't let Ralph get away with just like a humdrum, like mediocre shot anymore. Like they know to hit him where it hits hard.
Whew.
What's the score, Ralph?
A 10. That came back up, and I had to took all my crippled mic to force it back down.
Jesus.
Sally, I need help. I do. And by the way, people, we're trying to get the live show locked in, but all you people that say you want Thomas to join us, it's time to put up or shut up. Make your commitments. We might have to do a GoFundMe. Maybe Thomas will do like a Polish bake sale, but we got to have the commitments of people.
Polish baked goods.
The people that have said, "Hey, we'll help Thomas. We'll help Thomas get here." It's time to put up or shut up. Contact me. We got to get that locked in. We got to get Thomas. He's got to take a horse and buggy. Horse and buggy to a country with electricity, somewhere. So if you want Thomas to show up at the live show, it's time to make those commitments. But we're getting there.
And he'll bring Karpatka.
That Malort.
Karpatka.
Ooh, the Malort and the Bud Light Lime is that's what terrorists do to torture people. Whew.
Did I pronounce that anywhere close to correct, Tomas?
Yeah, man. Very close.
All right, so Thomas, hit the take it to the top.
The finger guns. Oh, Rolf, don't die, man.
Oh, I might.
He's holding up his other hand. Wait, he's holding up his other hand.
Dude, the absinthe and the Malort, Kevin, and the Bud Light line is just. Whew, we got a mailbag.
The jackass that decided to mix those.
I mean,
you pancaked Bud Light Lime in with absinthe, and then you made some god-awful promise about drinking Malort. Then you just went ahead and did it.
Well,
and you stepped on some more Bud Light Lime.
If I don't deliver what I say for the people, then what kind of man am I?
Great. Tomas, first question, please.
That was always my theory: is how manly is Ralph?
Yeah,
that was always in the question of the hour.
I got stuff coming.
I'm glad you answered that.
I got stuff coming to my nose.
Yeah. Okay. Dave is like, I can't listen to this anymore. He's not enjoying this podcast. He's out of here. That's what he said on the chat. All right, I'm out of here.
Great. Nose candy. What's the first question, Thomas?
All right, before first question, thanks to Biloxi Blues for subscribing with Twitch Prime for free, by the way, for 21 straight months.
Wow,
all right, first question from Aldi Marino. He asks, to me, Ralph is just a handlebar mustache away from looking like a 1910s bare knuckle boxer, and Juge looks like a 1970s adult film producer. based simply on appearances, what would each of you say the others look like if pushed back in time?
Pushed back in time.
Dave would look like a plumber.
Dave does.
I'm curious. Is he saying I look like a 1970s adult film producer because like my mustache last week was kind of like I was poorly shaven?
I think the question is, what would we look like? What job would we have if we each had a handlebar mustache? That's how I'm interpreting.
See, I think Kevin, if you put a derby hat on Kevin and he had a handlebar mustache, I think he would look like the guy that like J.P. Morgan calls in to like do crimes for him, like make people disappear, bodies end up in rivers, felonies.
So great! You've got me cast as the first serial killer in the United States.
It's not a serial killer. You're like a hit. You're like a fixer. You're like Michael Clayton of the like 1910s or 1890s, whatever.
A fixer.
Yeah,
you're a fixer. You know, what's that show? They got Michael Clayton.
Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, you like Peaky Blinders. You're like the consigliere on Peaky Blinders.
Tommy Shelby.
Yeah, Aldi Marie said you're the wolf. You're the wolf, but it's 1925.
I don't know where my hat is. Oh, wait, hang on. Here it is.
So Jude, if you had a handlebar mustache, I feel like you might be the person that hired that Kevin is your fixer. Or you know what? Andrew was
I'm so bad at these kind of exercises.
No, I know. Andrew is a tobacco tycoon. He is a tobacco tycoon.
Why tobacco?
Because you've gotten the information that it kills millions of people and cigarettes are bad, and you're like, yes, but I need another 50,000 square foot mansion, and you rub your handlebar mustache.
Is that what you think of me?
And you speak French.
Wow.
No, I'm just saying, like when with the handlebar mustache, that's what you.
I thought you thought more of me than that, Ralph.
No, I mean that's tremendous.
We're talking Gilded Age here. This is what we're doing.
We got to go back in time.
So you're saying if you add a handlebar mustache, like my whole humanity changes?
If I put you back like 120 years, I think. Like maybe. I mean, mine would. Like if you put a handlebar mustache on me and you go back 120 years, like I'm like probably a homeless person scrounging for food. Like in the 1890s, they weren't nice to the cripples. Like I'm just saying. You know? What would you think?
I feel like there's an amazing answer to this question, and I'm not good at this. Like, and we need like Kevin Hart or something, to nail this.
Wendell.
Speaking of Kevin Hart, you guys have watched the Tom Brady roast by now, right?
Yes, right.
How good was that?
Butteridge says yes, Juge. Handlebar mustaches can make your morality go in the toilet. It's like the kryptonite of morality. You just get the handlebar mustache, you automatically.
I do like this from Wendell Cavalier. He says Kevin with a hat and handlebars is Luigi. I do like Luigi.
Has there ever been a hero with a handlebar mustache in any?
You can do the Italian accent since Dave's not here.
Hulk Hogan.
Does Two-Man Shoe count?
Oh yeah, wait. Handlebar. That Raleigh Fingers. Might be the closest we have. The Monopoly guy, but the
Monopoly guy's evil. You picked the wrong card, and he's like
fair.
I know. I'm just saying. What's next, Thomas?
I couldn't do a handlebar mustache on my best day, for the record.
Even if I could, my wife would divorce me, but it would take me like a year to grow a handlebar mustache.
Yeah.
What's next, Thomas?
All right. Next question from Budrich. He asks, what would be more impressive? No one beating Drew Brees' most seasons with 5K yards passing, or no one beating Peyton Manning's most passing touchdowns in a season with a 17-game season?
Yeah, this is a good question. I'm surprised that we're now 2 years into 17 games?
Yeah.
And no one has Throwing for 5,000 yards, is that correct?
Yeah, it's right.
No one is throwing for 5,000 yards, and no one has beaten the touchdown passing record of Peyton Manning. I find that a little bit shocking. But I will also say that I mean, look, this is just me. Look, I think about analogies to tennis a lot because I'm a tennis player. But I viewed the Federer, Rafa Nadal, and Novak Djokovic era, when those three were competing against each other, as the golden age of tennis. And I think this next class of guys, I think like Carlos Alcaraz is insane. I think Yannick Sinner is insane. And I think they're going to have great careers. But I just don't think they're ever going to be on that level of sustained dominance. And I just think Brady, Peyton Manning, and Breeze, and to an extent, like I would say Aaron Rodgers is like Andy Murray in this analogy. But it was a golden age of quarterbacks. And I don't know if this younger class is going to replicate it. And I'm not saying that, Stroud in Houston isn't going to be incredible, or Tua isn't going to have a great season in Miami, or whatever. Josh Allen, Mahomes is in a class of his own. So
I think
Mahomes will get there. But I just think there was a three-headed monster, maybe even a four-headed monster of quarterback play that was so effing elite at the same time. And I don't know that we're going to see that again.
Well, I think back to Butters' question, Kevin, I think the 5,000-yard one for Drew Brees, having so many of them, almost as many combined as everybody else, I think that's going to stand the test of time more than the touchdown record. Yeah. Because here's the thing with 5,000 yards. Even with the extra game, you still got to average 294 yards a week to get to 5,000 yards. And that means Mahomes could be churning out 300 yards a week for 8 weeks. And they're like, he's on pace for 5,000. But guess what? He has 2 games of 200 yards, even though the Chiefs are winning. Guess what, buddy? You got to throw for freaking 500 just to get back on track. So I think Drew Brees' statistics are really going to stand the test of time. The touchdown record, all it takes is one of them. One great season, and you could break the touchdown record. The 5,000-yard record for Brees, you got to stack them. And even though the league's become a passing league and all, I think Drew Brees' stats are going to stay. Like, he's going to be one of the people in 10.
He's also in a dome. He was in a dome. Yep. And, Mahomes, I feel like his stats every December come to a screeching halt.
That's right.
So here's the thing. Since we've gone to 17 games, Tom Brady did it once in 2021. Mm-hmm. Justin Herbert did it in 2021. Patrick Mahomes did it in 2022. Mm-hmm. Patrick Mahomes has done it twice, so he did do it once in a 16-game season. Both of those years, he won the NFL MVP. Yeah. Go figure.
Must be nice.
Drew Brees got 3 consecutive years of 5,000-yard seasons.
That is ridiculous.
I mean, wow.
So, like,
Alde Marino reminds us all at this point that Matt Ryan won an MVP.
That's right. It's disgusting.
And Brees did not.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just think I want
to vomit. Yeah. No. So. Yeah, and so he finishes with 5 total 5,000-yard seasons. If you want to look at the most, if you want to look at the top 10, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tom Brady's got 2 of those. 7, 8, 9, 10. Drew Brees has 4 of the top 10 most passing yards in a season. 4 of the top 10 are him. 2 are Tom Brady. One is Manning, another one is Mahomes, and then the other one is Roethlisberger, and then Jameis Winston.
Jameis
is at 10. Jameis is the outlier.
Boy.
Sideline. I unblocked one of one, and just to see what he was doing.
Why? Why would you do that?
I just needed to see what he was doing to the Browns fans, and he's doing exactly what you would expect.
Really?
Ripping Watson to shreds.
Really?
It's amazing.
Oh wow.
At least he's consistent, man.
Yeah. So, Thomas, I'm going to take a question from the chat. Oppenheimer asked, Andrew, this is a good one. What Saint could come out of nowhere and have a great season? I have a good answer.
Peyton Turner.
Well, I would say Gay, the linebacker.
Oh, you took my answer.
Or did I?
Yeah, I hate you.
Him or Pete Werner. Honestly, just like whoever is off ball. I think both of those could have a great season. That would be surprising and a pleasant surprise. I'm also like, who's a pass catcher not named Olave? That's where my
Cedric
brain goes.
Wilson.
I was going to say Bub Means. I was going to say Bub Means makes the team, becomes the fourth.
What about A.T. Perry? Not feeling A.T. Perry?
Well,
yeah,
no,
but he wouldn't be out of nowhere. Yeah, but A.T. Perry.
A.T. Perry having a great season would be out of nowhere. Come on.
You think? I don't know.
Yes.
He got a lot of hype to close.
I mean, sure, but like he was still a rookie that caught 12 balls. Like,
I think for A.T. Perry to have so let me look this up from last year.
I do like the Isaiah Foskey pick by Oppenheimer. I like that.
I would say this about
18 catches for 4 touchdowns and 246 yards. That's good. That's good for the for the 4. So for him to be the 3 now and have a big season, those numbers have to increase twofold.
I would say Bub. I'll say this about Bub Means. As a degenerate gambler, I watched way too much University of Pittsburgh games. Their offense was an act of terrorism. Means he didn't so much thrive in Pittsburgh as he escaped. I'm just saying, their offense was a disaster. He could be a sleeper. Their offense was a disaster.
What's next?
What's next, Thomas? Yeah.
All right, final question of the show from reigning, defending, undisputed MVP Saints Rabbit. He asks, if you ran into a sum of money that allowed you to do something bougie like Andrew and Dave, what would you do?
Well, I feel like I have to remove myself from this question.
Say it out.
Yeah. I'll let you guys take this one.
I will say a sum of money that's enough to give me something bougie to do. I have to shoot. And he walked away because I have to go make a bathroom run.
Was it extra bougie? Is it super bougie? Like even more bougie than Dave? Are we talking like private jet to go to a Saints game bougie?
I would say I want a trip around the world. A month, a 2-month-long trip around the world.
Wow. You go on that cruise where you cruise for a year?
No, not a cruise. No, fuck cruises. Fuck
TikTok cruise. Tom Cruise?
Fuck cruises. I want flights. I would pick out, I could pick them out, go here, then here, then here, then here, and just basically Bourdain it.
Buy Tinder.
For 2 months.
You know what it would be fun? Super bougie would be you be able to afford one of those super RVs, and you could go to every Saints road game in freaking style, and maybe
the
even
Madden bus.
The Madden bus. That's exactly right. You have the Madden bus, and I get to go to every Saints road game, and I go to the road game and I get to see America. Like, and that would be super bougie because like
I like that.
Like it isn't.
I like that. It actually ties into the pot. Like that's good. That's a good answer. That's better than mine, honestly.
And it's super bougie because I'm going like I'm driving places and I'm seeing stuff, which is kind of not bougie, but it's super bougie because I'm in the Madden Cruiser, right? And I got my own driver.
Right. You got your own driver. You got a nice television in there. It's satellites hooked up and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. So, Thomas,
Aldi Marino with the answer. Would hire one of those love doctors that get you a wealthy socialite lady for Kevin.
That's a good one. Get one of them. So that was the last question, Thomas?
That is correct.
That is the last question. So Andrew's just left us.
Well, I know he's back. Good. I gotta go. I'll be back later. If we're doing a mailbag and I gotta pop out. So yeah.
How much did you guys insult me with the whole bougie thing?
No, I just said that like if I would do a super bougie vacation, I would want to have the Madden Cruiser and I'd want to go to every Saints road game. Like that would be my super bougie.
You act like I've done that before. I've never done that.
No, it would be that's what I'm saying. Like if it's going to be bougie, I want it to be like a level above bougie, like 3, 4, 5 levels above you and Dave. Like that's my dream.
I would hop on that with you in 1 second, Ralph.
Yeah, that's my dream. I want to be so wealthy that I can have my own driver. That's my dream. You know,
I would love to have a situation where I could go to every Saints game with you in a full season, Ralph.
It would be, the one thing that
would be incredible.
It would be incredible. Would it be? Here's the thing though. Would it be fun? Would it still be enjoyable if they were terrible though? Like if we're like, we have paid for this, we paid out the nose. We're going to every Saints game, home and away, and they're just dreadful. Would it still be? I think it's. I think
100%. 100%.
I want Huge birthday, sweet.
Yes, I think you're forgetting, Ralph, that you and I, look, we've been doing this for long enough. I think our listeners know this.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter if the Saints are 17-1 or 1-17. I'm already jumping forward to an 18-game season here, but
it's happening. It is.
Yeah, it's happening. But it doesn't matter. Like you and I both are kindred spirits in the sense that we have always been about the story that each season paints. And
that's right.
I think you and I both enjoy that. Like we have no idea what's going to happen, and then it happens, and we experience it in real time, and we get all the feels from it. And so, yeah, like I think you and I going to every game over a full season, it almost would not matter what the record was. We would find enjoyment and jokes and humor and whatever we experience.
Do you think all four of us could survive a season together in the Madden Cruiser going to every Saints game? Do you think we could? Do you think the podcast could survive it?
So I think you and I would be pigs and shit. You and I would be pigs and shit. Done. End of story. Full stop. Dave, honestly, Dave could get angry regardless of how good or bad they were.
And if Tulane's really good and the Saints are really bad, he'd be mad.
I feel like Dave could get really pissed off kind of regardless. Like, it's kind of like a who knows what would set him off situation. Where like he could get really pissed and they could be like 12-5, like it could be a pretty good season and they're going to the playoffs, but Dave's like, God, another fucking week of Andrew smelling his underwear. I don't know. I don't know what I'm just speaking like off the top of my head here, but like, who knows what would anger Dave, but I feel like he would find a reason to be pissed off. All right. Kevin, on the other hand, I think would be fine. I think he would be along for the ride. He'd be happy to be there, but kind of disinterested. I think the longer we got into the season, I think Kevin would be like, okay, guys, like, can we do something else? Can we have some more variety here?
Can we sidetrack it to the Dakotas and see
whereas you and I would both be like, week 17, let's go. This is amazing.
It's like, go. We got the screens. We're going to say if these 5 things happen, the Saints make the playoffs and we get another week. And Dave and
half
Kevin
our
be like,
listeners are like, fuck you. This is never happening. We're like, I can't believe we're still listening to you. And you and I are both like, but if it does, it'll be amazing.
Oh, it would be amazing. Like if I win the Powerball, it's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to buy the Madden Cruiser.
Let's do it. I'm in.
I'm in. So Kevin's having a bathroom situation, but guys, thanks for joining us. Thomas, recap all the wonderful people who donated.
Yeah, thanks to everyone who donated. It was a team effort. Lots of different donators. We are on a 45-week donation streak. Very healthy. Thanks to Biloxi Blues, to Jason Champagne, to Romeo, to Aldi Marino, to Stuart1234, Saint, to Woodard Golfer, to your boy Alan, to Art Mitch. And for the first time this off-season, and probably ever, with 78.3 Buckaroos, the MVP, who is the one and only AJ Rochelle from Chicago. Congratulations!
Thank you.
Remember to send me what Ralph should put on his whiteboard. It can be a promotion of your bar.
Yeah, AJ, we will promote the
bar. What was it again? New line? What was it?
Yeah, that's right. So AJ, we will promote the crap out of your bar next week and on the any other podcast we do this week. Although I'll be in New Orleans for some family business, so we may not have some live YouTube
Thomas,
content.
do you remember the name of the bar? Was it New Line in Chicago?
Let me. I forgot. Let me maybe scroll up and.
Yeah, I'm scrolling up for the.
I think it was New Line, something like that.
Yeah. The thing is, Andrew, I knew like today was like kind of the unofficial start of football season because at one point we had almost 40 people in the chat, and 2, me and you, it's like the
New Line Tavern.
New Line Tavern.
New Line Tavern.
And the second thing is, it's the kickoff. Me and you were doing phone calls, so I know football season is almost here. And we got you covered. So guys, please become a patron.
Time to get hyped.
Time to get hyped. Become a patron. Go to saintshappyhour.com. Become a patron. And all you people that promised us you're going to help us get Thomas from Poland to the Americas, we were going to get him from the wilderness to civilization. DM me. It's time for you people to step up. We need to make that happen. So thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting Saints Happy Hour. Please go to saintshappyhour.com, become a patron, and support the show. We can't do it without you guys. Thanks to Andrew, Kevin. I'm not thanking Dave. He was really rude in the chat, but we still love him. And Thomas, the best producer on earth, running the show back and forth. Remember, kids, if you're going to support a Saints podcast, you ought to support the one that wins awards. Until next time, the bar is closed.
Thank you, guys. Who dat?